Hello and welcome to the RANsquawk Weekly Wrap-Up video. We're just going to take a moment to answer a couple of your questions that you've sent in to our desk this week. So the first question is regarding the Eurozone and the current political situation. So we have seen quite a lot of turmoil and uncertainty in this week's markets. We'll start on the Greek situation first. It was relatively unclear for much of the week. However, today we did see a new interim government installed in Greece with the ex-ECB Vice President Papademos installed as the new Greek PM after Papandreou did stand down. There is not a great deal of change in the cabinet otherwise, with Venizelos kept on as the current finance minister. It is worth noting that Papademos was the Greek finance minister when Greece originally joined the euro, but there is no real clear indication of how the Greek government will operate, although Papademos has said that they will commit to the current austerity measures agreed back in October, so it does seem likely now that Greece will get the next tranche of aid and potentially the one in February as well, although it does remain to be seen. In terms of Italy, they did have their Senate vote on the budget today, and this did pass as expected. There is a vote tomorrow in the House. This is also expected to pass, but it does remain to be seen. And following the vote, Berlusconi is expected to step down as the Prime Minister of Italy. But Berlusconi has long been entrenched in Italian politics, and until he really leaves, it remains unclear if he truly will leave. In terms of who could potentially step up as the new PM, the current favourite is Italy's Monti. In terms of other candidates, it's pretty unclear at the moment, and exactly what will happen to the Italian government. There is some talk that there may be an interim government as the Greek situation. However, there's also been talk that Italy may go to elections, which is the least favoured method for the market. We did see Italy's BTP yield reach euro record highs this week. However, it has pared some of those gains, and it's back around the 6.5% level at the moment. This is ahead of Monday's 5-year auction, where they're looking to raise around 1.5 to 3 billion euros. This is expected to go pretty smoothly, as there is a 5 billion redemption within the couple of days preceding the auction. So the second question is also regarding the Eurozone, in particular rating agencies. So yesterday did see the rating agency S&P release a note on France that did initially look like they may have possibly downgraded France's sovereign credit rating. However, S&P did later affirm France at AAA. So this did cause a bit of confusion and spooked the markets a little bit. In terms of other rating agencies, it is worth noting that Moody's is currently reviewing France, and the resolution of this is expected to be at the end of this year or beginning of January. In terms of what they're looking for, they are rather concerned of France's commitment to the IMF, and particularly the bailout of banks and the Eurozone. But it is also worth noting that on Monday we saw France announce new austerity measures which could appease Moody's somewhat. So that makes this week's key European data those preliminary GDPs. So France's preliminary GDP is likely to be in focus. The current expectations are to show an improvement on the last month's GDP. Elsewhere, in terms of other data, we have the UK Bank of England inflation report. So last week did see the Bank of England keep rates on hold. They also had their asset purchase facility on hold as well. So it is worth noting that UK CPI is expected to soften a little, although it still remains far above the BOE's mandate of 2%. Elsewhere out of the Eurozone, it is slightly lighter than this week, although there is a eco-finance minister on Friday. There's also a ECB governing board meeting on Wednesday as well, although the Eurozone is expected to be slightly quieter than it has been in the last couple of weeks. So that's about it for the day from us and for this video. We hope you've enjoyed it, and we hope you have a good weekend, and we'll see you again on Monday.